everybody, welcome to Cajun Cravings. First thing first, I want to give T-Roy Cooks and Baby Back Maniac a shout out. They made a video the other day that really helped my channel grow. I just want to say thank you guys. The video they made, it gave a lot of tips on how to grow your channel. They answered a lot of questions that people need help with. So just go to their Baby Back Maniac channel and look at that video. Watch it. It's about an hour long, but it's well worth it. Just implement the tips that he gives you, and it's going to help your channel grow. Now, today we're cooking New Orleans style hot tamales. So stick with me, and I'll show you how to cook that. All right, guys, I'm back. First thing we're going to need for the hot tamales, first thing you want to do is get the corn husk soaked in water, soften them up a little bit. We're making about 20 dozen of hot tamales today. The recipe I'm gonna post up, it's a recipe for about 10 dozen, but I'm gonna go ahead and double it. So you need a pretty good bit of corn husk. The next thing you need is 3 onions, 2 bell peppers. You're gonna need chili powder, paprika, cayenne pepper, salt to taste, a little thing of Crisco, and ground meat. Of course, ground meat. That's gonna be 6 pounds of ground meat. And I got some of the vegetables cut up already. So let me go ahead and finish cutting up the vegetables, and I'll be right back. All right, everybody. I forgot to mention you need 8 stalks of celery and 2 cloves of garlic. The next step we're gonna do is the cornmeal mixture. It's gonna be 4 cups of, well, we double on the recipe, so it's gonna be 8 cups of yellow cornmeal. Next step is 8 tablespoons of shortening. All right, the next step is gonna be a cup of hot water. The next step is 2 teaspoons of paprika. Next step is 1 teaspoon of cayenne. Next step is 2 teaspoons of chili powder. The last step is salt to taste. So just sprinkle a little salt, and if you want to, you can try it to see if it has enough salt. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got this all mixed up. On the recipe I said 1 cup of water, but I actually had to go with 5 cups because it has to be like a consistency that way it'll spread on the corn husk. So that's done. Now we're going to move on to the meat. Let me get set up with that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, you want to go ahead and put the meat in the pot. Six pounds of meat. Move that around a little bit. The next step is going to be vegetables. Next step is 2 tablespoons of paprika. Next step is 4 tablespoons of chili powder. Next step is 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. Next step is a little salt to taste. You want to cook it down, cook the meat down until it's light brown. The vegetables make a lot of water, so probably cook that out a little bit. Stir this up real good. Man, I can smell this right now. Good God. Just keep on stirring this. Turn it a little bit. tried using pork. I think the last time I had done these, I used like a Boston butt, and it came out kind of dry. So I like this recipe, and I like it. It gives it a good flavor, and it keeps it moist. Take that out of there. It's too big of a chunk. That's a lot of tamales. 20 dozen it's gonna make. I dealt with a recipe. It called for 2 onions, but I don't think too much onions is a bad thing, so I went with 3 onions. And it calls for 1 clove of garlic. I went with 2. And whenever I put my cayenne pepper in the mixture, I went with a heaping spoon because I like mine spicy. You can follow the recipe and do it exactly how it is on there. Make yours just like that, or you can make them spicy. Totally up to you. We're gonna let this cook down, turn light brown, and then we'll be ready to make some hot tamales. And I'll be right back. Alright guys, it's getting pretty close. We're gonna keep cooking it for a little while. But once it's done, do not drain none of that juice that you see in there. You leave that in there. Whenever you're gonna scoop the meat to put on the tamale, if there's a lot of juice in it, let it drain a little bit off the spoon, and then you fill the tamale with the meat. You want this to stay moist, so you want to leave the juice and grease and whatever else is that water from the vegetables in the pot. And you use a teaspoon or a tablespoon. You pick it up, let it drain a little bit, and then you put it in the tamale. We're going to continue cooking this a little longer, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright everybody, we're almost done. I'll roll a couple of them and show you how it's done. Just put the cornmeal in there, spread it out thin. This is a lot of work, so if you're gonna make them, make sure you make a lot, because you're not gonna want to do this all the time. And you put a scoop of meat. And you take it and you roll it, pull it back, tighten it up. And you roll the end, and then you just finish rolling it out. Then it goes in the pot. I have a tamale pot that I'm gonna just ball them, steam them, whatever. Show you one more time. Spread it out. Put the meat on it. And you roll it over. Pull it back, and you fold it in, and continue rolling it, and you put it in the pot. go ahead and finish rolling the last bit that I have left, and then I'll show you the next step. Okay guys, the last step. Got the tamales in the pot. Gonna put 2 tablespoons of cayenne, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and 2 tablespoons of paprika. You fill the pot up with water till it's almost to the top of the tamales, and you bring it to a boil. Boil it for 15 minutes, and then you turn it down as low as you can get it and cook it for 2 hours. Once it cooks for 2 hours, they should be ready to eat. Alright everybody, you can see that the tamales are done. I'll go ahead and open one up. It's nice and firm. Tastes real good. Like I said, if you're gonna make these, make sure you make a lot, because it's a lot of work. Anyway, that's how you make a tamale.